Good evening, America. I am Eric Little. It is the 9th day of September 2020. It's National Teddy Bear Day. I normally wouldn't tell a grown man to hug a teddy bear, but in these times, why not? There are 55 days until the general election, and there are 28 days, exactly 4 weeks from today, the vice presidential debate. I'm near my home in smoky Southern California this evening, and this is the plain truth. So, I'm watching CNN this morning, and they're going on and on about Bob Woodward's book and Michael Cohen's interview last night on MSNBC, and all these explosive allegations of things Trump's doing and saying. And, you know, I thought I was going to take a day off from this because the reality is Trump fans don't care. They don't. Michael Cohen called it a cult, and I'm starting to believe him. They really don't care. You know, he no matter what you say he did, he admits to doing half of it, and, you know, they don't care. William Barr is now at the Justice Department taking over the Trump defense. First of all, the Justice Department don't even have defense lawyers. They're a prosecution outfit. They go after bad guys. It's not even legal to defend Trump, but legality, schmegality, they don't care. You can't defend Trump because it's his personal problem. It happened before he was president. So basically what you're saying is you're using taxpayers' money, our money, to defend a guy accused of rape and defamation. Trump fans don't care. You know, I watch all these stations, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS, whatever. Spectrum News 1. You know, they're all just outraged by all the hashtag violations and everything else this president does. And his fans just don't care. There's just no line he can cross that would bother them. So I don't even try to talk to them anymore. They live in this bubble, in this alternative universe where just nothing gets in. Everything is upside down, up is down. You know, Trump is the great defender of the military, and, you know, Trump can only save you from this violence in the inner city. Even though it's happening on his watch, he needs to be reelected to stop it. You know, everything in their world is backwards. I don't really, you know, it's bizarro world is what it is. I'm watching this expert on coronavirus this morning, and we're now at nearly 192,000 dead Americans. And he said 75%, which is roughly 143,000 or so, of those deaths were preventable. They told him on January 28th that this thing is coming, it's deadly, you need to do something. He said, out of his own mouth, this is not speculation or some closed-door meeting, that he intentionally downplayed the virus. He didn't want it to hurt his election chances, and he didn't know what else to do with it. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, 192,000 dead Americans is less important than one guy being elected to one office? An office that he already holds, by the way. It's not like a new office. Listen, I'm just one guy. I can't convince the 42% or whatever Americans that will vote for Donald Trump that this is a horrible thing. I'm just one guy. But it's just hard for me to imagine at my age that there is a percentage of the population, a large percentage of the population, like 40% of America, that looks at everything that's going on and they're like, yeah, it's fine. It's great. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. If we would have had an even moderate response to the pandemic, even an average response, Germany had an average response. They weren't the worst, but they weren't the best. If we would have had Germany's response, we wouldn't be at 190,000 deaths right now. We'd be at 47,000. The other 130 whatever thousand would still be alive. If we would have just been somewhat competent, you know, you listen to Donald Trump and their people, and they act like the coronavirus never happened. You know, like, oh, we were doing great until the coronavirus and we had the best economy in the world until the coronavirus. Okay, but you can't act like that didn't happen. This reminds me of Bush and his people saying that, you know, after 9/11, he kept you safe. After 9/11, so we're supposed to ignore the 3,000 people that died? That's like, you know, Trump in his response is like telling a kid that's parents died on the Titanic. Well, the cruise was going great till we hit that iceberg. It's the iceberg's fault. So, you know, just sail with us again. So I'm supposed to pretend that didn't happen? Look, I'm one guy. If I can influence one person not to vote for Trump, I would do it. I try to get everybody I can to go to the polls. Because the reality is, if you're a Democrat, stop talking to Trump fans. The bubble is just too thick. Nothing gets in there. There are more of us than them. We just have to turn out. I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care if you're 18 or 80, blind, crippled, or crazy. If they can't walk, drag them. We got to get everybody to the polls. If you can't get to the polls, vote by mail. Fill out the ballot and drop it in the drop box. If you have to go in person, you're in a state where you have to go in person and they don't allow, just put on like 5 masks and go early. Every state has some kind of early voting. Go early in the morning on a Tuesday where most people are at work and get your ballot in. It's too important. You won't have an America 4 years from now if you don't. And that is the plain truth, as I see it. And I am Eric Little. Good night.